Well, good morning, everybody. It's morning for me right now. When you're watching this, it may not be, but if it is not morning for you, then good afternoon or good evening. So I think I said in the email that I sent out that I will occasionally record short videos, either responding to what I've read in the discussion board posts, or clarifying something, or introducing some material. And so this is the short video introduction to Module One, which I will try to keep to about 5 minutes. What I want to do here is two things. First of all, introduce the course and my personal connection to what I think I'm doing here, and then say something about the organization of the modules. So with regard to the course, I studied in graduate school theological ethics with a focus on economic issues. My dissertation was about the preferential option for the poor in Catholic social teaching. I was really interested in issues of economic justice. So I learned what one needs to learn about things like healthcare ethics. And one of my dissertation readers was a Catholic expert on healthcare ethics who will be quoted, in fact, in the text that we read, Lisa Cahill. It took a few courses, but this was not a main area of interest for me. And I've been teaching at Misericordia for 21 years. And after I'd been at Missouri for a few years, I learned that it seemed to occur to me that a lot of people in these healthcare professions, going into healthcare professions, that a Christian healthcare ethics course would be useful. As I got into the course, and also as I grew older, I learned that it's useful not just for people in going into the healthcare professions, right? You may be a nursing major, or a PT, pre-DPT, or an OT major, or you may be a sports management major or an English major. The truth is that at some point, you or someone you love is going to need healthcare. And that is going to require some thinking about ethical issues, right? What constitutes proper treatment? What are the goals of treatment? What does it mean to consent to something? And especially as we reach end of life issues, which is where we're really going to start the course once we get some of the ethical methodology down, you'll see that there are some really difficult but interesting questions around how treatment should be handled at the end of life, and when you should move from curative treatments perhaps to what we call palliative care, which is meant to keep people comfortable and deal with pain and discomfort. Since I started teaching this course, both of my parents have died in hospice care, end of life care, that is directed to alleviating pain and keeping patients comfortable, but not to curing their illnesses. And that's something we'll talk about. And in both those cases, there were ethical decisions that needed to be made. And I found that some of the concepts that we've discussed and have used in this course were particularly helpful to me and my sisters and my parents in making those decisions. So at some point, you're going to have to make decisions around healthcare ethics for yourself or someone you love. And so if that's the case, I hope that you will find this course useful. The course takes a Catholic theological approach, which means that it focuses on that branch of Christian ethics, which the Catholic Church uses, which we're going to talk about as natural law. A natural law approach is based on rational reflection on human experience and what is revealed through faith in the Bible and the church tradition and so forth. But because it does have a focus on rational reflection on human experience, natural law approach is very open to working with people who are not Catholic or not Christian or not believers. So the second thing I'll say about your personal experience of this course is that even if you are not Catholic or Christian or believer, I hope and I expect that you will find some useful things here. Articulations of values and decision-making methodologies and ethical approaches that will make sense to someone, even if they don't believe in God and even if they don't believe in the Christian God, because they are based on this rational reflection on human experience. The starting point for Catholic healthcare ethics, and I would argue Catholic ethics of any kind, is always human dignity. And that's something that people can share a belief and conviction in, even if they're not Catholic and Christian or believers. And by human dignity, what I mean is that all people are to be treated and should be treated with inherent dignity by virtue of the fact that they're human beings, and that their dignity as human beings can never be lost, regardless of what they might do or not do. And that is something that I think you'll find is true in the United States. For example, criminals who are in prison, convicted prisoners, even if they've done terrible things, when they need healthcare, they get it. Because we as a society share a commitment to the idea that some people, even if they do something terrible, that people are entitled to be treated with basic dignity and have their basic needs met. So human dignity is a value that people can share for a lot of different reasons. We'll talk about why some non-Christian religions also put a very high premium on human dignity. But I think that's a good starting place. Like if you if you can sort of see the rational argument for that, then a lot of what we're going to do in this course will make sense for you. In terms of how the course is set up, we'll have 6 modules, and each module will have a quiz that will be due by usually the Tuesday of that week. This first week, it's due Wednesday, right? So the first couple days of the module, Monday, Tuesday, that's for doing the reading. You do the quiz by Tuesday at the end of the day, that is to say 11:59 p.m. Then over the course of the next couple of days, discussion boards will be due. For each discussion board, I will usually ask you to post your own reaction to the discussion question and then reply to 2 classmates. I'd like your replies to be, somewhat detailed and thoughtful, not just, hey, I agree with you, Joe, but, hey, I agree with you, Joe, and here's why, or here's something else I thought of, or here's why I don't agree with you, which would be even more interesting, right? If you've had me before and you've done reading responses, you know that I grade them in my in-person classes with you get a point for doing them. That's not the case here. The discussion boards will be graded based on a rubric. You'll find the rubric in the syllabus. You'll also find it on the Blackboard page. So that rubric is not exacting. I don't expect you to be writing short papers here, but I would like to see some thought because the discussion boards are really replacing a lot of in-class discussion we would do. Some of them will involve cases. Some of them will involve just questions about the reading and about experience. So after you do the discussion boards, there's a couple of quizzes, a couple of modules, that have short papers. I think the first one is in module 2, which I just posted. So just keep an eye on the due dates. They are going to be sort of spread out throughout the week. Because we're a small class, we might find that people are having a hard time getting discussion boards to respond to. And if we have to, I'll juke the due dates there and make the due dates for the responses a little bit later in the week or something like that. Last year, I had a class a similar size to this, and it wasn't an issue. So, you need to stay on top of things a little bit, but I think you'll get a sense of the rhythm of it. The final exam for the class, which will consist of multiple choice, some short identifications, and a couple of short essays, that'll be given the day after the last official day of class. You'll have all day to take it. It's an exam that'll be slotted for 2 hours, but you probably won't need 2 hours for it. All exams and quizzes are open book. Anyway, I hope that sort of gives you a sense of how things go here. And I see that I've gone to 7 minutes, although you're probably listening to me at 2 times speed, so I sound like a chipmunk, so 3.5 minutes. So I'd just like to say welcome to the class. I look forward to teaching this during the summer. I think it's a very interesting class. I hope you get something out of it. If you have any questions, you can always email me or Zoom. And if you're on campus, I'm happy to meet in person as well. And then if you're on campus or near campus, you might see me walking my dog. We usually walk after dinner. So have a great day, everybody, and I will see you on the discussion boards.